Oi gamers, how you doing? It's me, your boy, Waddles, of the CEO, Waddles, as they call me here. Welcome back to the Minecraft guide number 95. Big tour hype, big tour hype. We're getting so close to the tour. I can't believe it. It's absurd, it's shocking, but today is not the tour. Today we're going to talk all about name tags, how they're amazing, how they're really good, and the easiest way to get them, because spoiler alert, they're actually insanely easy to get at this point in the game, or even earlier on in the game. Then after that, we're going to get this disgusting place that I like to call the base, a little bit closer to actually being ready for the tour. Right now, it's at an insanely embarrassing point. It simply cannot do. If you enjoy the episode, you know what to do. Earlier on in the series, I made this episode right here. It was a good episode. It was all about name tags, but it wasn't about getting name tags the easy way. So name tags, you can find them somewhere, or you can get them in another way. Today, we're talking about that other way. Finding them isn't a bad idea either, though. Card on screen, check out the episode. Name tags are amazing because you can put names on things, and yeah, speaking of things, I have a lot of things around here that really need name tags. We need names on these creatures, but name tags are also great for keeping things alive that shouldn't be alive. Like that zombie in the iron farm up there. It's not meant to be living for so long, but I put a name tag on it so it doesn't despawn ever. Name tags are really useful. Amazing news. Name tags are actually pretty easy to get. To get name tags, all you really need, minimum here, are two different things. A villager type and emeralds. It might be a good idea to have a couple more things, but at the minimum, two things. Yeah, so name tags are like really interesting. They have this whole decorational side, or more decorational, where you can just name creatures for fun, or this more functional side where you can name things like zombies and piglins to keep them in your world, so you can put them in like a farm or something and keep them from despawning. Name tag city, step number 1, villager. The king is back. That's right, Axolotl is returned. Hello, Axolotl. It's been so long. Your eyes are as lusciously beautiful green as always. Sparkles? For me, for my presence, I am honored, but it's not like that. Alright, so for easy name tags, you're going to need a librarian villager. For a librarian villager, get a villager without a trade and a lectern. Step number 2, highly recommend but not necessary, cure the villager. Meaning like bring a zombie over to the villager, fix the villager up so you get these sweet discounts right here. Check this out. Mending for 1 emerald, that's like absurd. Those discounts are going to carry through to most of the other trades too that actually can be discounted. I highly recommend doing this because you're going to have to level the villager up a lot, and if the trades are expensive, it's going to be a whole lot more painful. Another thing that I highly recommend having to do this method is other villagers that you can make easy profit off of. So librarian villagers are great for selling you things, but they're not really great for making a bunch of emeralds. A couple villagers that might be pretty useful depending on what you have in your world: a fisherman villager and a string farm. You can sell string to this villager and make a lot of emeralds. Another great one to have is a butcher villager and then some type of sweet berry farm. Could be a gigantic one, could be a small automatic one, but a sweet berry farm. Master level butcher villagers will buy sweet berries. Easy emeralds. Another great way to go, depending on what you have in your world: zombie spawner farm, very simple to set up. Cleric villager right here. Rotten flesh trade, easy emeralds. After getting your librarian villager, maybe curing it, and then getting a couple emeralds, it's time to level the villager up. We're going to have to do trades to level this villager all the way up to master level. Some trades will give more experience than other trades. Once you get to this trade right here, it's painful. You're turning emeralds into clocks, but it'll give you a lot of experience. Early on, probably the book trade would be worth it. Get a librarian villager with a book that you actually like. Alright, so big moment right here. We have to do the deed. It's painful, but clocks. We will buy all of the clocks from this villager one time. This is all. We will never buy clocks again. 7 right there is what it's taken us. We've leveled the villager all the way up already. Back out. Give it a second. Give it a second. There we go. There we go. You've grown up, and now sell name tags for a terrible price. Alright, so now we have access to renewable name tags, so that's the good thing. The bad thing, these are going to be absurdly, insanely expensive. We're going to need to buff up our villager farms because this is going to cost like a lot of emeralds, like a crazy amount of emeralds. 3 name tags, and we have so many things in this world that need names. Like, it's absurd. I feel bad about this, like really, really bad. I have all of these things, and they're amazing. They're great. They're wonderful, but they don't have names. But to be clear, they had names. I need your help, okay, please. I'm not saying that I forgot the names of the creatures that I have. I wouldn't do that. That would be really insensitive and bad. But I am saying that today, I simply cannot remember the names of the creatures that I have. So if somebody could help me out, like huge time, and like hook me up with the names of everything, I would appreciate the comments, my subreddit, both of those would be a really good spot for that, something like that. If you do it, maybe I'll make a shrine for you in this world. Some things already have names, which is great, but some things don't have names. Orange, you've finally been promoted to name tag. There's Orange right there. Then over here, we have Agent 72 Franklin right there, and Rosie, and then over here, Cash. And now I'm out of name tags and kind of out of emeralds again. I'm gonna have to farm more emeralds off camera. And I have 7 insanely overpriced clocks too. Amazing. The easiest way in the entire game to get name tags is to buy them from a librarian villager. Discount the trade for a better price, get another villager that you can make emeralds off of easy, and it won't be too bad. It's going to be expensive though. Alright, so that's that with the name tags. Now the world is in a really bad spot. It does not look good at all. The first thing that I'd like to tackle today is this area in front of the cathedral. That's right, gamers. Take a seat. We're finally improving this thing. We only built this cathedral like 50 episodes ago now, and then it's been sitting like this in really bad condition. I finally know exactly what I want to do out front of the cathedral. So, in this area right here, I'm thinking that we do 1, 2, 3 right there, and then 1 more. This will be 4, and then I'm thinking some kind of retaining wall, maybe with stone bricks to match this thing. Then we'll have a lower bit of ground in the middle in here. I don't know if I'm going to take out all of the trees today, but at the least I can get this area in front of the cathedral in and done. In front of the cathedral, I thought it would be cool to have this like walking path so we can walk right in front of the cathedral, and it won't block the big window. We have the big window in front of this thing, and if I were to like build things in and just block the window, then the window suddenly becomes pointless, and that would be pointless. Yeah. I was thinking that this path would go from that side over there, clean across to the other side right over here. We'll have to move this bed bench. It'll be in the way. But yeah, the path will come over here, link up to this one right here. So this one turns and goes right across the front of this thing, and then it'll connect over to like that path over there. I think that's probably a good call. At this point in the game, I have so much dirt. I'm definitely going to fill this in all the way. I think I might have... yeah, I have like a lot of room. Okay, I'm not gonna fill this in all the way, but I'll fill in the new stuff all the way, okay? All right, now this area right here, while I work on the build, I'd like to talk about what I'm thinking about this space in here, because right now it's a gigantic jungle, and it might end up being a gigantic jungle for the rest of the episode. Oh, but that doesn't mean I don't have plans for it. I've been thinking about this area since I literally set up the cathedral. I have a couple different ideas. I'm just putting these ideas out here. I don't know if I'll end up actually using these ideas. If you have an idea that is way better for that front area, definitely throw it in the comments. Absolutely, I'll hear you out. Idea number 1, some sort of statue. Like I flatten the area, put some flowers in there, make it look nice, and then put a statue in like the middle of a fountain or something like that. It would be pretty easy to do. The hardest part would be the statue, so I take it back. It would actually be kind of a little bit difficult to do because statues are like crazy annoying to build, but I think it could be cool. Like a quartz statue in the middle of this area, it would definitely be like really cool feeling. It would definitely fit the vibe of the cathedral, and then flowers in there, maybe even set up some automatic flower farms. I'm not too sure. To be clear, that idea is the idea that I'm leaning most towards right now because I like it. I think it's a really cool idea. It would look nice in front of the cathedral. Idea number 2, a fountain. Like basically the last idea that we just talked about, but only a fountain this time. I think that idea could look pretty nice too. It might be a little bit less grand feeling, but it would be a whole lot easier to accomplish and accomplish well. I can definitely make a good looking fountain for sure. Idea number 3, and honestly, I'm not sure if this is really insanely feasible. It really depends on how much space we have, but I was thinking some sort of like bush maze, like one of those mazes, you know, you see that like a really fancy place, like an old place. They have like a hedge maze thing, like out of leaves and stuff. I thought that could be kind of cool. It wouldn't be very functional. We wouldn't use it ever, but it would look really good. Like the cathedral from a distance with that in front of it. Ooh, that would look like the fanciest thing in the world. And we have like a gigantic temple now. It would look pretty good. And then I think the final idea that I had for this thing, unless I'm forgetting something today, was like some kind of marketplace. And this is by far my least favorite idea. I think like a marketplace out front wouldn't look very good. Like it wouldn't look very fancy. And I'm definitely going for like fancy, nice, like cool, you know, that type of thing. Organized, clean. And a marketplace would be a little bit more chaotic. But I would put like a bunch of villagers out there and installs, and then I could go over there and trade with them. The only problem, we already have like most of the villagers, or like half of them, in their own houses and their own buildings, so it would kind of be like redundant and pointless. It would definitely be more decorational. I might not even end up like leveling those villagers up very much, but it could be cool. I really like villagers in this world, if you couldn't tell, and I like the idea of like having them everywhere, all around the base, but I don't know if like in front of the cathedral is the best spot for them. It is an idea I had though. Oh, I almost forgot. How could I forget the idea that I don't not like the least, but I feel like should go somewhere else? A map wall. Like a map wall somewhere in the middle. Like in front of the cathedral somewhere. Like I set up a big wall with a map, and yeah, it would be really cool, but I kind of feel like that should be somewhere else. But yeah, those are all of the ideas for sure. Definitely. All right, you ready for the grand reveal? Here it is. I did a little bit of path over here. It leads this way. I didn't do too much over here. I still have to come back in here and put something here. I don't know, maybe like a building. But anyways, out front, here we go. We have a light post right there. We have a path, solid path right there. Staircase down to this road right here that will eventually continue that way once we do the front area. This is what it looks like from over here. I think everything fits in pretty nicely. And then up top, we have this whole pathway in here where I can walk now and actually cut from side to side, which is like amazing. A complete entire game changer. Now, the next thing that we need to do is nowhere near here. It's actually going to be over here. So we built this gigantic temple. It's sweet, but it's kind of isolated right now. Like I was thinking about the tour and how am I actually going to get over here without just flying? Like, I mean, flying is fine, but what if instead of flying, we had like a bridge in here? That's what I'm thinking. Now, the bridge should be pretty simple. I was thinking about maybe putting it in here, like a thin bridge that goes like from here all the way over to the other side, and then maybe like a pathway along that mountain that cuts down to the mining entrance over there, or maybe behind the sugarcane farm. But I'm kind of thinking the mining entrance might be a little bit better, or even over that way. It could be like an unused bridge, but either way, we need a bridge. Now, this bridge is going to be tricky. I'm thinking one wide, like a really worn out, dangerous bridge. And I'm thinking the bridge will start out like right here and then slope down pretty steeply, get low in the middle, and then go back up on the other side and kind of look like it's like hanging there, like it's dangerous. Like you definitely shouldn't walk on it because, yeah, you definitely shouldn't be walking on this bridge. Yeah, that's kind of the vibe that I'm going for with this thing. It's going to be a little bit tricky to get in, though. I think we start out steep, and then it starts to get like a little less steep, and then it bottoms out. Yeah, something like that. This is what I'm thinking for the bridge. Check that out. The slope, it's perfect. And I got it done on the first try. It's perfectly symmetrical. 1, 1, 1, 1. So 4 ones, then a 2, then a 3, then a 3, then a 5, then a 2 threes again, a 2, and then 4s. And it ends right here, like literally perfect. Now, all I need to do is create some kind of path that I think actually is going to go over there next to the sugarcane thing, and then I might actually not even connect it to anything. Like the bridge will be here, but it's kind of like, how do you get over to the bridge? Because it's like an ancient temple anyways, so it's probably like, you know, like an old path, something that people don't really use. And then maybe in here some kind of edge on it too, like with fences or something. I'm not too sure though. It's my favorite bridge. Quite simply, plain and simple, it's my favorite bridge. I love it. All right, bridge tour, let's go. So over here, I cut a path through the jungle, but I left it really, really overgrown. Like tons and tons of leaves in here because it's an ancient temple. People don't usually really go to these things. So yeah, tons of leaves, but a path. We can actually get over there. Then we have the gigantic bridge, which is definitely not in good condition. So I was going with trapdoors in here. These are like worn out planks that you probably shouldn't step on, but I mean, you could if you wanted to. And then vines over here too. Tons and tons of vines on the bridge. It kind of like camouflages it from a distance, which I'm honestly fine with. A little bummed because it's a cool looking bridge, but yeah, the vines were a necessary thing for this bridge. I think it looks really good. Trapdoors all over the thing. I actually changed the slope a little bit in here in some spots, like right there, to make the bridge work a little bit better, but it's a bridge. It goes up over here. You have these support pillars that go all the way down to the ground, and then we have this path right along this cliff right here. I did come in here and put some lanterns, so spawns hopefully aren't too bad in here. Keep walking this way. You got to be careful. You can't fall. Then you have another bridge over here. Same thing, but smaller. More vines, just a few. And then over here, this is how I fit it in. I have a ladder right here and a trap door, actually, so we can close that. Go back down here. Boom. Right here, entrance to the mine that I haven't gone down in like a long time. But the bridge and the temple is now officially connected up to the base, which is sweet. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like once you have a path in connecting one build to like your other builds, it's officially like part of your other builds, your base. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, maybe that's just me. That makes it time for today's comment of the day. Now, I forgot to say last episode, but the last episode, like the whole episode was the comment of the day, so I skipped it at the end because there were a bunch of questions. Today's comment of the day, Emerald Beacon when? Also, you should color code the beams. Yeah, so Emerald Beacon at some point. I probably, honestly, would be able to get an Emerald Beacon pretty easily at this point based off of the farms that we've made, but the color coding, absolutely 100%. I am, however, going to make an adjustment to the colors. I've always wanted to make this Iron Beacon a gray beam, so we're going to grab some light gray stained glass and throw that in here. That's going to go right there. We'll swap that out for light gray because iron. And then definitely, once I get the other beacons, I will be changing the color of those beams too to correspond to the beacons. So like yellow for gold, absolute trash. Yellow's a nice color though. That's going to do it for Minecraft Guide, episode number 95. Name tags, Librarian, Villager, Easy. Today, big thank you to my patrons, Medical, Boomstick, and Swoopy Loopers. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you all for watching and hitting that like button, subscribing, that kind of stuff. Twitter, description. You know what I'm saying. I'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.